right, let's talk about a career in safety leadership. You know, it's a world where a few letters after your name can make a massive difference. But what do they all mean? ASP, CSP, it can get confusing. So today we're going to cut through all that noise and build a really clear, strategic roadmap to take you from one level of expertise to the next.
So here's the game plan. First, we're going to decode that alphabet soup of safety certifications. Then, we'll map out the actual path from an associate safety professional all the way up to the highly respected certified safety professional. We'll even take a look at the exams themselves, explore the very real rewards of getting certified, and then we'll finish up with the strategic tools you'll need to build a truly world-class safety system.
Okay, first up, let's tackle that alphabet soup. I mean, if you're serious about leveling up your career, you've got to speak the language. And that means really understanding the acronyms that define this entire industry.
ASP, CSP, ISO, ANSI. If you work in safety, you're practically swimming in these things. Sometimes it feels like you need a secret decoder ring just to keep everything straight, right? But here's the thing. These aren't just random letters. They're actually signposts on a very clear career path. So let's start charting that course.
And that brings us right to the heart of it all, the path from ASP to CSP. You know, it's not really a choice between the two. It's a step-by-step journey, a way to build your authority and become a real safety leader. The whole journey really begins with the Associate Safety Professional, or the ASP. Think of this as your foundation. It's the credential that proves you've mastered the essential principles and that you have a rock-solid grasp on the science of safety. And then you have the Certified Safety Professional, the CSP. This is, without a doubt, the gold standard in our industry. Getting your CSP isn't just about knowing the fundamentals anymore. It's about proving you've mastered advanced safety management, strategic planning, and what it means to be a true leader. So the path to the top is a very structured climb. You start with the basics, you earn that ASP to prove you've got the technical chops, and then you build on that foundation with more real-world experience. Only then are you really ready to reach for the CSP. It's a ladder, and every single rung is essential. You can really see how the path gets more demanding when you compare the requirements side by side. For the ASP, a bachelor's and 1 year of experience gets you in the door. But for the CSP, wow, the bar is set much higher. We're talking 4 years of experience, and this is key, you must already hold a credential like the ASP to even apply. Now, this progression, it's about so much more than just putting in the time. It's about a fundamental shift in how you think, and nowhere is that shift more obvious than when you look at the exams themselves, because you're moving from the purely technical to the truly strategic. This right here captures the whole shift perfectly. The ASP exam is all about the how. It's the nuts and bolts, the math, the physics, the specific regulations. But the CSP exam, that's all about the why. It tests your ability to think big picture, to think strategically about management systems, risk, and most importantly, leadership. And if you look at the blueprint for the ASP exam, you can see just how technical it is. A full quarter of the test is just on foundational safety programs. You add in fire prevention, industrial hygiene, and it's crystal clear this exam is designed to make sure you have the tools to be effective on day one. The CSP exam, on the other hand, basically takes all that technical knowledge as a given. It's asking a whole different set of questions. Can you actually lead a team? Can you shape an entire company's safety culture? Can you design and manage a complex safety system from the ground up? It's a test for a manager, not just a practitioner. Yeah, to pass the CSSP, you've got to know these classic management theories, things like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, or McGregor's theory X and theory Y. And why is that? It's because a great safety leader doesn't just go around enforcing rules. They understand the psychology of what motivates people so they can build a culture where people actually want to be safe. Okay, that's a challenging path, no doubt about it. So, what's in it for you? What's the payoff? Let's talk about the tangible, real-world rewards of getting certified, because believe me, they are significant. Let's just start with the bottom line: money. According to the Board of Certified Safety Professionals, just holding one certification adds, on average, another $18,000 to your annual salary. That is a massive return on your investment, right out of the gate. This chart just lays it all out there. The ASP gives you a really nice salary bump, but getting that gold standard CSP credential, that takes your earning potential into a completely different league. We're talking some CSPs earning over $30,000 more per year than their uncertified colleagues.
And the benefits go way beyond your paycheck. The CSP is basically the key that unlocks senior leadership roles. If you're aiming for a position like EHS director or a corporate safety advisor, the CSP is often a non-negotiable requirement. It's a true accelerator for your entire career.
So, you've done it. You've earned your CSP, you've landed that leadership role. Now what? Well, now it's time to stop just managing incidents and start building systems. So let's open up the Leader's Toolkit. You see, great safety leaders think in terms of systems, and the tool they use for that is called an Occupational Health and Safety Management System, or an OHSMS. In this space, there are really two dominant frameworks: the American standard, ANSI Z10, and the international standard, ISO 45001.
So which one do you pick? Well, that's a key strategic decision. ISO 45001 is global, and it's designed for third-party certification, which makes it perfect for companies with international supply chains. If you source parts from Germany and Mexico, ISO becomes your common language. On the other hand, ANSI Z10 is US-focused, and it puts a much stronger emphasis on occupational health, making it a powerful choice for, say, a domestic manufacturer that's focused on reducing specific workplace illnesses. A true leader knows which tool is right for the job. And hey, don't just take it from me. Industry VP Scott Gaddis has a great perspective on this. He points out that Z110's descriptive nature is almost like having a detailed checklist. It's predictable and makes it easier to weave into existing US business practices. That's a bit different from ISO 45001, which is more performance-based. It gives you more flexibility by focusing on the final outcome rather than spelling out every single step.
Phew! We have covered a ton of ground here: the path, the exams, the rewards, and the tools. So let's bring it all home and talk about your next move.
So let's boil it all down. The roadmap to leadership is pretty clear. You start with the ASSP to build that technical foundation. Then you aim for the CSSP to really establish yourself as a strategic leader. The rewards, both in terms of salary and opportunity, are substantial. And once you're there, you'll have tools like ANSI Z10 and ISO 45001 to make a real, lasting impact. So there you have it. We have mapped out the entire strategic journey, from being a practitioner totally focused on the how to becoming a leader who is driven by the why. The roadmap is right here in your hands. Now the only question left is, what's your next move?